I don't believe we need to take any action since this is just a report.
That's correct.
Mackenzie confirms, no action necessary.
Thank you so much, and really a great job. Also, we'll go on to item J, discussion for possible action, the White Pine Public Golf Course update. And Kyle, I'll let you take that away. You've got it up? Thank you.
Yep, I do have it up.
Do you have copies for the audience?
We do have copies for the audience, yes.
Thank you.
So I want to thank Randy Long and I want to thank Terrell Trask for working with me on this. Just like asking us to look back an entire year is difficult. I know that they had to pull out a lot of numbers here, but they did send this in, and I wanted the board to go ahead and review some of the progress. And I think the golf course has the same accomplishments in spite of some roadblocks and hurdles. From what I see here, they actually saw a couple some increases, some decreases, but overall you can see that there was a little over 9,000 rounds that were played in 2021, and you saw that go down in 2019 and you saw it going up in 2019 and 2020, but it went up even more in 2021. And it looks like Randy estimates about 1,500 visitors, or 1,500 rounds were from visitors. Greens fees collected have gone up, so you see an increase on this line here. The season passes, comparisons, all of that stuff. So it looks like everything went up between 2019 to 2020 to 2021. It looks like the biggest hurdles was staff shortages. That's not a surprise. We've heard that before. And so we do give grant money to the golf course. We do give the distributions to it. Essentially, the golf course just said they appreciate the advertising, the help with marketing. We designed their posters, things like that. My commitment to Randy and Terrell is that we were going to connect with them well before the golf course opens for the season and really try to nail down a plan that we can work with so that we can be ahead of the curve. There's 2 more documents, and this is their events, and so I'll just share these. These were all of the events that the golf course held. And this is through July 3rd, and so you can see that it's pretty stacked from the time it opens up to the 4th of July, and then this document is the second half. From July 3rd all the way through October 23rd. There. So again, this document, it did come in a little bit late, and I did email that out to everybody. We do have copies here. If anybody wants to review that and has any questions, or wants to get back together with Randy and I to go over this. But yeah, again, the overall summary of the golf course season in review in 2021 is in spite of staff shortages, and it seemed like Randy having to run around and do everything, they have been consistently growing from 2019 to 2020 to 2021.
Thank you, Kyle, very much on that. And I do believe that Randy's really struggled with trying to cover every base simply because of not being able to get people hired. And it's a labor-intensive attraction for us. And so we really appreciate all he does. Are there any comments or questions about this report? Hearing none. Oh, go ahead, Marietta.
Thank you, Kyle, for getting this, working with Randy to get this accomplished. I'm really impressed with this. I know since I play golf how much work it is to maintain that golf course. It's acres and acres and acres of land with lots of issues throughout the year. So thank you very much.
What's on my mind is not intended to be critical, it's just a fact. These are the kind of numbers we shouldn't have to ask them for. They should know this stuff because this is basic management stuff. So I hope that they've developed a format to track these things in real time and to know what's going on. For example, so that's 16% of our play was tourism related. That's way lower than it needs to be. Those are good numbers. We need to know what these things are. So I'm hoping that as we move forward, one of the things we can help them develop is some management reports that they're keeping, some dashboards that they're keeping an eye on this stuff. Because it's not worth it to me to have a golf course that has 16% tourism on it. That's not what this is. It's great that we can have a local amenity, but the real draw is that we have our people that are visiting us use it. So we got some room to grow getting our visitors to use the place.
Yeah, and I think having these numbers are a good benchmark for when we do this again next
Yep,
year.
exactly.
So we came up with the template, or we submitted the questions for the information that we were looking for. And so it'll be great getting together and being like, okay, we want to grow this from 16% to 25%, you know, and how are we going to do that? That's now that we know kind of where we stand, we can start strategizing on how to improve what we want to improve.
Thank you, Ian, for those comments. I think they're very helpful, and you know, this is the baseline, and so targeting the improvements is very important. So good points. Any other comments about the golf course update? Hearing none, we'll move on to discussion only. Item K, Executive Director's Report. Kyle?
All right, I swear this will be the last time you have to hear me talk tonight. So for the January report, kept the format that we had for the November and the December. And so starting out with the meetings, a lot of them are strategizing over upcoming marketing campaigns and dealing with some of the grant campaigns. So Abbey Agency, the Visit USA Parks marketing strategy, that is to help market Baker and the National Park for their 100th anniversary of Lehman Caves celebrations that are going to be going on. We do have a new sales rep for Reach Locals, so we're going to fine-tune some of those ads. This Tom Danielson one, he is a professional cyclist that is BJ Allberg's coach, the one who helped him win his long-distance endurance events. He is looking at bringing his professional gravel riders out to Ely to do a 2-week training camp before the UCI Gravel World Championships in Truckee. And so we're looking at having his team come out July